Hello friends. Today let us try and understand how come Ruth, who was the daughter-in-law of Naomi, got married to Boaz through a levirate marriage, so that the name of the dead, Naomi's son's name, is actually preserved. That was the whole point of levirate marriage. But still, how come the child that was born to Ruth, Obed, was actually called as the child of Boaz? See, basically, what happens is, in this levirate type of marriage, levirate, Levirate, in this, what happens if a brother is dead and his wife, who is a widow, will be married by the brother's another brother, the person who was there, another brother, so that the name of the brother is not wiped away. Okay, that is the whole point. For example, in this case, what happened, there was one guy by name Elimelech who had two two sons, Mahalan and Chilian. And then what happened is, these two children were actually, they got married. And then these two people, Mahalan and Chilian, died. So now what happened? Elimelech, he was having only these two male children. They died. So his name would be now lost. After like few generations, nobody will remember his name. So in such cases, what happens is, God has already advised, just to preserve this name and genealogy of Elimelech. What they do is, a name, actually genealogy is not maintained, but the name of Elimelech to be maintained even after the death of his children Mahalan and Chilion. What happens, their wife is to be married by the brother of Elimelech, so that the child that is born will take the name of Elimelech itself. So this Elimelech's name will be preserved. So that is the whole concept of levirate marriage, wherein the name of a person is not wiped out. Okay, this is such a good concept that is there. So in this case, what happened is, in the Ruth, the book of Ruth, what we see, this Elimelech's children, Mahalan and Chilian, died, but one wife of one of the child, one of the son actually moved away. But another daughter-in-law, basically daughter-in-law of Elimelech, one daughter-in-law moved away, but another daughter-in-law, she stayed back. She was Ruth. She continued with Naomi, and she was actually married to Boaz. But the child that Boaz and Ruth gave birth to was Obed, but this Obed was called as the child of Boaz and not child of Elimelech. We will see in this video why that happened. Okay, guys, I hope this was clear, that because of Elimelech's name had to be preserved despite the death of his two sons, Mahalan and Chilian. The wife of the children, at least one, has to be married to the brother of Elimelech, so that his name has to be preserved. That is the concept. But still, even after giving Elimelech's one of the daughter-in-law to Elimelech's brother Boaz, his name was not preserved, because the child that was born was actually called as the child of Boaz, the brother of Elimelech, but not the child of Elimelech. This is because we understand that Boaz himself was not having any child. That is the reason the child that was born to the daughter of Elimelech, which is Ruth, and Boaz, who was the brother of Elimelech, is actually called as the child of Boaz itself, because that is the first right that we can see here. See, in the Ruth chapter 4 verse 9, we can say, and Boaz said unto the elders and unto all the people, ye are witnesses this day that I have bought all that was Elimelech's and all that was Chilian's and Mahalan's of the hand of Naomi. Naomi actually was a wife of Elimelech, and Elimelech, Chilian, Mahalan, everyone was dead. So that is the reason, to preserve the name of Elimelech, this levirate marriage happened between the daughter-in-law of Naomi and Elimelech, which is Ruth, and Boaz. Boaz was the brother of Elimelech. Okay, same family. Okay, it continues. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Mahalan, have I purchased, Boaz is telling, to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead, referring to Mahalan and Elimelech, be not cut off from among his brethren and from the gate of his place. Ye are witnesses this day. So here clearly Boaz, who is the brother of Elimelech, same family, is telling, I have purchased the inheritance of Naomi, which was Elimelech's, and also I have purchased Ruth, who was the wife of Mahalan, to be my wife, so that I can raise up a child who can preserve the name of Mahalan and Elimelech. That is what he says, so that the name of the dead is not cut off. But still, if we see, and of course the people say, okay, Lord bless you and make you a good family, like that the people say. Now we see here in the same Ruth chapter 4 verse 19, we can read, it says, and Hezron, this is actually the lineage that is coming, or 18 we can, verse 18, Ruth chapter 4 verse 18, it says, now these are the generations of Phares. Phares begat Hezron, means Phares was the father of Hezron, and Hezron begat Ram. Hezron was the father of Ram, and Ram begat Abinadab, and Abinadab begat Nahshon, and Nahshon begat Salmon, and Salmon begat Boaz. Boaz begat Obed, and it goes on. Obed begat Jesse, and Jesse begat David. So if you see here, nowhere Mahalan's or Elimelech's name is coming, but the child that was born is called as Obed, who is the child of Boaz. This happened because the only reason that Boaz was actually having no child, so that is the reason the first child that was born of Ruth and Boaz, which is Obed, is actually called as the child of Boaz and not the child of Mahalan. Maybe you people might have got this question: how come, even though it was a levirate marriage, the child that was born to Boaz and Ruth should have been called as the child of Mahalan, but then it didn't happen because of the only reason that Boaz was also not having a child. So this child was actually called as the child of Boaz rather than the child of Mahalan. Guys, hope this was helpful. Thank you for your time. God bless you.